Hello, my phenomenal women. Welcome back to another episode of the Phenomenal Woman series. I am OPOGAH, and this episode right here, it's one of those uncomfortable but absolutely necessary conversations. The topic is it healthy for a woman, a married woman, to have a male best friend? Now, before you roll your eyes or get defensive, just hear me out, okay? I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm not here to push fear or shame, but I'm here to be honest, because I have seen too many women fall into, emotional traps that didn't look like cheating, but tore their marriages apart. You ready to talk about it? If you are ready, pull up your chairs, get your popcorn and every other thing that will make you comfortable. And can we talk about this? Because this is real and it is happening way more than we admit. Let me be real with you. Sis, I get you. Maybe you had this male best friend before your husband came into the picture, which happens basically all the time. Maybe you grew up together, you went to same school, you've been through stuff. He gets you and you talk about everything. You've always said, it's not like that, we're just close. And maybe you believe that. But let me ask you this. One very sincere question from one woman to another. Who do you run to first when you get upset? Like when you get upset with something, or when you get upset with your husband even, who do you run to first? That's a question for you. Who do you confide in when things feel off in your home? Who is filling your emotional cup when your marriage feels dry? I have all these questions for you. Because listen, emotional intimacy is a whole relationship by itself. It sneaks in quietly. You don't even realize how deep it's gotten until your husband feels like the outsider and your bestie feels like the safe place, your safe place. That is a problem. I've seen this over and over and over again. Can I go a little more personal for a second? I have seen women, lose good men over some sort of emotional entanglement. They swore they were innocent. I have seen marriages break down, not because of sex or any other huge problem, but because of secrets. And one of my friends, let me call her Susie, had to check herself too. She had to ask herself, am I letting someone else hold space that belongs to my partner, my husband? Am I entertaining comfort from another man just because it's easier than working through the real issue at home? Sis, this, my friend Susie, at some point had to grow up. She had to surrender the idea that as long as nothing physical is happening, it is fine. Because let me tell you something, your heart can cheat long before your body ever does. Take it from me. But then again, I have a question for you. If your husband had a female bestie who knew all your business, like everything that happens in your home and in your personal life, who made him laugh more than you do, who he texts more often than he talks to you, you would feel some kind of way, wouldn't you? Let's be real. So if you're going to feel that way, then we should stop playing double standard. Marriage takes emotional exclusivity, not just physical faithfulness. You can't build a strong marriage while feeding emotional intimacy elsewhere. You just can't. Would you want to know what a phenomenal woman would do in this aspect? They should. A phenomenal woman knows how to check her own heart before pointing fingers, right? She's not messy. She's not shady. She doesn't keep backup plans in her inbox just in case. She honors her marriage even when it is not easy. Even when the other man listens better or talks sweeter and feels safer or whatever it is. And hear me, that male bestie, he might really be a good guy. Don't get me wrong, they're not always wrong, bad guys, but he is not your husband. Hear that again, sister. He is not your husband, and you don't need to be emotionally married to two men. It's okay to let the friendship fade, right? It is. It is equally okay to have boundaries that protect your peace. Very correct, like 100%. It is okay to say, hey, brother, I'm in a different season right now. Because when you're married, your husband becomes your best friend by design, not by default. All right? You build that closeness with intentionality. It doesn't just come. You build it with intentionality. You don't feed intimacy in one place and expect to harvest it in another. It doesn't happen. Whatever you sow is exactly what you would reap. So is it healthy for a married woman to have a male bestie? I come back to that question again. I'm coming back to that again. And the answer is no, it is not. Not if we're being honest. Not if we're doing this marriage thing the way God designed it. It is not about fear. Sisters, trust me. It is about wisdom. It's about making room for your husband to be your emotional home. It is about closing doors that lead to confusion, temptation, or emotional affairs. It is about protecting what you prayed for. You can still be kind, still respect the history, still honor the friendship, but your heart and your emotional access, that belongs to your covenant. That belongs to your husband. It belongs in your covenant, okay? Anything else is risky. And sis, you're too wise, too powerful, too phenomenal to play with fire and call it friendship. So if this made you think, sisters, if this made you reflect or even squirm a little, that is growth. There is something I would like you to do for me. Send this to a sister who needs to hear this same thing we're talking about. We don't do shame here. We do truth, love, and wisdom, okay? We have come to the end of this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at TPWSeries. Did you get that? TPWSeries. Until next week, stay whole, stay wise, protect your heart, protect your home, and never forget you are loved, you are seen, and you are absolutely phenomenal. I remain your beautiful host, IJ OPOGAH, for the Phenomenal Woman series. Bye. How did it? So if we have, okay. So